Reflections. What it do, baby? What it do? Hey, your boy back. Hey, y'all miss me? I miss y'all too. So your boy back to drop another video. Straight jewels dropping. Jewels. Talking about diamonds, pearls, jewels dropping. You know what I'm saying? Straight jewels dropping. I'm about to show y'all some stuff today. You know what I'm saying? But before I show y'all that, you already know. Back to the Cosmo, baby.
Golden Grand put the sauce on it.
Reflection, baby, what it do? Yes, sir, baby. So your boy back, man. I know I ain't dropped a video in about 2 or 3 days. Hey, forgive me, you know what I'm saying? I was doing my research, you know what I'm saying? Doing my studies, trying to find out some more shit, what they got trying to go past our head that we ain't paying attention to. So, you know, I've been keeping my vibration high. I've been grounding myself. I've been going out there to the sun, getting some of that vitamin D, and just connecting with the universe. But I came back with something today that it really disturbed me and it really kind of messed with me a little bit. But before I go into it, I'm going to tell you how I stumbled on this, right? So my kid's school called, I think that was last Thursday. They called last Thursday and say, hey, CDC will be at the schools. They setting up a vaccination shop where if the child want to get vaccinated, you want your child to get vaccinated, they can be vaccinated. We're going to send a parent consent at home. So you can just sign and send it in, just let us know. And they send it through the email or something like that. Or I guess you could, your kids got paper, you can sign it and turn them in. So right there, that kind of puzzled me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, why they all at the school with it? Why they pushing this? Now they aiming for the kids. Why they at the school with this? Can the kids just learn and, you know what I'm saying, go through with it? You know what I'm saying? But why y'all at the school like, y'all doing too much? You know what I'm saying? So that kind of puzzled me. So I was doing a little more research, man, and check what I found. Look at this. Yeah, so y'all see that? Man, that's kind of puzzling me to me. You know what I'm saying? And you got to pay attention to things like that. They do little slick stuff, put it in, and it make you think like, I ain't really nothing. So you just look at it and breeze through it, and you comply with it or whatever, but it ain't really nothing. But right there, my vibration high, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of, I picked up on that, and I'm like, like, now they at the school with it, you know what I'm saying? They at the school with it, they aiming for our kids. So, you know what I'm saying? What we gonna do? So I was digging a little more, doing a little more research, and I came up on this article. And this is so crazy. I'm gonna show you the article in a minute, but I came up on this article, right? This article mostly states that your child could be vaccinated without your consent. Listen what I'm saying. Your child could be vaccinated without your consent. Even if you sign a religion form saying you don't want your child to get vaccinated, your child could still be vaccinated without your consent. All it takes for the child is to say, yeah, I want to be vaccinated. So that's kind of real puzzling to me. And the age, the age really kind of throw me off. For I'm like, so what age did they let the children choose for themselves? Guess what age it was? 11. So at the age of 11, you letting children choose, can they get vaccinated without the parent consent? If that ain't puzzling to y'all, man, I don't really know what it is, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know what to say. So I'm gonna put up the article and we're gonna read through it, and then we're gonna come back and discuss this.
Parents take aim at DC law that lets minors get vaccinated without permission. DC parents are suing city officials over a new law that allows children 11 and older to acquire vaccines without permission from parents. Four parents of students at several public schools, both traditional and charter, said giving children the autonomy to get immunized on their own violates parents' rights and religious freedom, according to a July 12 lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court in Washington. All parents have a right to be directly involved in medical decision making about their children, said James Mason, an attorney representing the parents. It is the second lawsuit brought in recent weeks by parents who want the federal court to strike down the law, which went into effect in March. The D.C. Council voted 10-3 in November to allow minors to give their own consent for vaccines recommended by the Centers for Disease Control and
So y'all see that, man? See that 11-year-old can make a decision without you, and the way they trying to finesse it in. See, they doing too much. You know what I'm saying? We don't reflections. We don't even play like that. They doing too much. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going for all of that. You ain't finna do the 45 fake on the picture. Nah, you ain't finna do all that. You ain't gonna hand it out. You ain't gonna throw it over our head. Our vibration too high for that. You ain't gonna throw it over our head. So you gotta really pay attention to that, because check it out. Because if your child 11, it just saying your child don't know no better. They're young. Their mind ain't fully mature, and they don't really know. So think how they might ease that on your child. Let's go through the scenario. And this is think how they might ease it on your child. Hey, you want to get a vaccine so you can be strong and healthy and protect your mom and dad so nobody won't get sick, and you can save everybody's life, and you're going to be real strong and healthy. So you want to get it? You know what I'm saying? Your child, like 11-year-old, bro, your child don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Some 11-year-olds, they intelligence level higher than others. But, you know, for just in that range, me just mostly stating like 11-year-old, you asking 11-year-old that, what's going to happen? 11-year-old going to probably be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They asking the child, you know they gonna feed it to them like it's all good. Yeah, you want to get vaccinated, it's going to make you strong and healthy with no bacteria and no chemicals, and that can get to you because you're going to be strong and healthy. They going to feed to that, and the child like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That sounds like a deal, because they're trying to protect their family, and they trying to just do what's right, so they don't know. And guess what? Your child say, yeah, boom, your child vaccinated. You don't even know your child vaccinated. Later on, you find out your child vaccinated, your child getting sick. Come on, man. Come on. So we're going to watch this video, and I want y'all to pay close attention to this video. The lady that's talking now on this video is going to be, her name is Pam. And man, she dropped jewels. I'm talking about jewels. So pay attention to what she's saying, and just really tune in and try to just stay focused and don't get distracted. You know what I'm saying? I know the baby might be crying. I know your old girl might be walking through with them little shorts. I know your man might be walking with a shirt off and all that. But just let's try to focus in and really hear what she's saying and focus in on what she's saying, because it's really disturbing. Play that. We're going to play that. Let's play that.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I can even speak from experience because our oldest son was vaccine injured. I had no clue. I had no
Mhm.
clue about theirs. And I was gaslighted the entire time. I was shamed. I was told it's normal. No, it couldn't be the vaccine. Uh,
Mhm.
and just the amount of gaslighting to
Mhm.
parents right now. And I speak from, you know, and I feel like I speak for a lot of parents who are just like, I am not the crazy one. Stop telling
Mhm.
me I'm the crazy one. I know my child best. I
Mhm.
understand their body. But the other side of that is we have so many parents who just have no clue. They have no
Mhm.
idea because of that blind trust in well checks and blind trust in the system. And now we're headed into fall. So I want to ask you, because this is something that I deal a lot with in conversations that I have with parents, is what are they going to do about school? Right? Like
Mhm.
I personally, they're in such desperation mode. They are going to pull out all of the stops, especially in more progressive leaning states where they can potentially get away with that more. And then you're going to see the attacking against the more conservative leaning states, well, what I would call the more freedom, right? Protective states. And you have a lot of parents who are gonna just they're gonna do it. They're gonna think that they have to do this shot in their kids, and They don't know their rights, or you have parents that don't want to do it, but they don't understand their rights or
Mhm.
how to stand up. And so, what? I guess two-part question: your prediction for maybe what you think is going to happen in the fall, because I thought, hey, we're through this, but I don't even think we're at the precipice yet. I think
Oh,
so much
no,
more
no,
is to
no.
come. We're not even there yet. I thought maybe we were a few months ago, but I was like, nope, they're going to keep pushing, right?
Oh, I
Um,
can tell you exactly what they're going to do because we have it in writing. And I just made a video for Thursday about this very thing. But I want to comment on something. You know, the parents that gaslight, the people that marginalize and say terrible things about a parent who's had this happen, and the doctors who do this and all this. I think that part of the problem, and I try to look at things from other people's perspective, and it doesn't exonerate them. But just think about how awful it is if you actually start considering you're a sheep, you've gone along with this. And in the back of your mind, you're kind of bothered by some of the things that you see. But when you start opening up your mind to the idea that what we're saying could be right, it's so horrifying and it upsets your world so much that sometimes it's easier to put your head in the sand. And a lot of it has to do with the way that you're raised. Okay, I come from a background of people who are independent thinkers. All right, I mean, and all of my family were like that. They were all entrepreneurial people. They came over here from Europe with nothing, made something, outspoken, the whole 9 yards. And so, if you come from that background, it's a whole lot easier to be me than if you come from a background of scared half to death people who are afraid to comply and don't really want to know, put the blinders on, right? But I'll tell you what's going to go on in the schools this fall, and we just got a great confirmation of it. So everybody thought, I think the masks are a false flag. The schools are saying, well, we're not going to require masks. But the first thing is the fact that they don't require masks doesn't mean that it's going to be safe for your child, because some of these kids are going to be masked and they're going to be terrified of the unmasked kids. And so you're going to start this, I don't know, call it class warfare or whatever in the classroom that's psychologically unsafe for children. All right. Because teaching children that kids are unsafe and the teacher's unsafe and I could be a vector and I'm going to go home and kill my grandma. I mean, this is just terrible for children. But it's going to be worse than that, because in one of these multi-trillion-dollar bills they passed in Washington is this fund, $122 billion that's set aside for schools. And some of it is to continue COVID nonsense. They have more detailed plans. Some have more detailed plans than others. So I put out a video about this, and one school system here in Central Ohio is Pickerington. It's a pretty small school district, actually. They got $6.1 million. Okay, that's a lot of money for a school. And they posted online. They're gonna have contact tracing, and they're gonna have social distancing, and they're gonna notify the health department if there's a sick kid. So your kid could get reported to a public health department. That would make me a pretty apoplectic if I were my child, right? And so they posted a whole lot of detail that was pretty frightening on the Pickerington school system website. So I live in a suburb called Worthington, and Worthington's COVID compliance thing for the money they got from the feds was it took up about this much room. And it just basically said, we're not going to require masks and we're going to, be mindful. But what it said that was really frightening is we're going to follow the guidance of the local health departments and all that sort of thing, which is really government speak for we'll do anything the government tells us to do, including harm your children. All right. So a parent who's a member of our Make Americans Free Again group wrote a very thoughtful letter to the school board, and the superintendent answered it. And you'll hear this in my Thursday video clip. And she said, this whole business of kids masked, not masked, this warfare that goes on, and the vaccination. Oh, by the way, they all say that they want to promote vaccination and that they want to have vaccination clinics on site at the school. Now, why is that frightening? Because most states have now the mature minor doctrine, which means they can vaccinate your child without your permission. They don't even have to tell you about it, right? So anyway, she writes this letter, and I won't, but basically saying, I'm a concerned parent. I don't like all this nonsense that's going on. And I've talked to 100 moms who feel the same way, but they're afraid to get screamed at and hollered. We've got to end all this. The superintendent writes back that right now they're not going to require masks, but they're going to have a mask-friendly environment, which means students will feel free to wear masks. So you're going to have masked kids and unmasked kids. And who are the masked kids going to be? The children of sheep, who are convinced that all children are dangerous and you're a thoughtless person who doesn't care about anybody if you came to school without a mask. Stay away from me, sit far apart, you're starting all that, right? Okay, and basically the city of Worthington's superintendent said, we can't really have different standards than the school systems around us because, my gosh, we share the same communities. All right, so whatever they do, we do. And we're waiting for guidance from the Ohio Department of Health. And if they say that we're going to have to put masks on, then we'll mandate masks again, says that. And then it goes on to say that, in a great deal of detail about vaccination clinics and also they haven't really worked out the contact tracing and quarantining that will be going on at the school yet. Contact tracing and quarantining.
Jeez.
All right. So they're planning it. So what this parent did that was really quite bright is she sends this letter because they were quite vague in what they posted on their website. And she got the superintendent to be much more specific. And anybody who sends their kid into that environment, you'd have to be out of your mind. It's going to be terrible.
So y'all see what's going on, right, man? Y'all see what's going on. Them people is aiming at our kids, bro. Them people aiming at our kids. And it's time to take precaution. You might want to start to try to figure out plans to pull them out of the school. I'm definitely doing that now. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all, I'll leave some details of what steps I'm doing to get my kids out of school. I know people can't do it overnight and stuff like that, but let's start getting the ball rolling so we won't get caught up in this mess, because guess what? If this all go down, you don't want to be like, damn, this nigga said this on his video. I should have listened. You know what I'm saying? Remember, warning always before destruction. Warning come before destruction. So don't never, don't never take it and hear it and just be like, such, you know what I'm saying? It's better to be safe than sorry, you know what I'm saying? So let's take action on that. But like I say, dude, man, these people aiming for our kids, and we got to take the right precaution. We got to save our kids, protect our kids at all costs, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I really wanted to talk to y'all about today. So, man, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe button, man, and keep following me. I'm going to keep dropping these jewels and more videos. Until the next time, baby. Hey, before I go, if y'all want to see the full video of that video I posted, go to Have Freedom for Humanity. Check out their platform. They got good content. Also follow Rizzle. He got good contents. Follow Rashard Jamal. Go check his video out. He speak the truth. I follow him. He teaches a lot of good stuff for people that want to know.